Hi, my name's Savannah, and this is for our group project in Project Man. So I'm going to go through like the first quarter of it. So our topic was implementing time management and organizational changes for increased creativity, productivity, and innovation. Our company is called Fresh Foods Corp. That's just kind of what we decided on for now as like our make believe business. And this plan is catered to that business in a way that would help it if it were realistic. So the goal here is to implement a change at Fresh Foods with a goal in mind of increasing creativity, innovation, and productivity. So we're just going to kind of explain why we're doing this, how it will succeed, some failures that we might run into, some conflicts, stuff like that. Going to kind of go in depth of how it'll succeed and what we have to do to make it happen. So the problem is obviously that there's a lack of organization and time management, and these problems will lead to future problems if they're not taken care of properly, such as poor production levels, a stall in business growth. So it's going to take the business a lot longer to grow because there's problems that need to be solved. Without time management, there's going to be a lot of conflict and procrastination on both the employer and the employee side. So we came up with a solution, which was to incorporate more specific time management and organizational changes. And by doing that, we are hoping to have a goal of increasing the creativity for both the employers and employees to help make their production levels a lot faster and more efficient so that we can get things done in a timely manner. So our project scope at Fresh Foods Course is meant to implement these changes so that we can reach our goals. And we're going to do kind of like an analysis and design different ways of how to do this. And we're going to go more into depth with our plans. So far, what we're going to do is we're going to create new policies and procedures. We're going to kind of do things more effective. So we're going to kind of study how it changes the effectiveness. Alter the organizational structure to accommodate other services to stay competitive. So we want to make sure that we're always on top. We want to make sure that everybody's consistently trained and up to par on their knowledge. And we're going to generate reports so that we can track everybody's progression and kind of see where we're at all the time. So the acceptance criteria is successful implementation of new policies, new employment training program, and an increase in both consistency and productivity. So this is kind of what we're trying to achieve. Since all of this stuff is highly valued, we're going to do what we can to be able to make these happen. So we're going to dedicate a lot of time and support so that we can reach these plans. I don't know what that is. So our constraints are obviously going to be a budget. We're going to have to create a helpful budget in order to keep us on track. We want to make sure that we have a timeline in place. So in this case, we want it all done before 2021, which is pretty realistic to put these kind of plans in place because we mainly just want to increase production levels, creativity levels, stuff like that. We want to make sure that we have the proper time and resources we need because some things we're not going to be able to get. And then these plans here, you can see from the other group members. I think they should have theirs uploaded as well. So yeah, that was the first quarter.
Thanks, Savannah. After all that you said, I wanted to go back to a slide that you had mentioned earlier where we talked about our problem. And so I just want to reiterate that at Fresh Foods Corporation, there is a lack of organization which leads to poor employee production levels and a stall in business growth. This lack of time management creates room for conflict and procrastination. And so, as a company, we're here to discuss what it is.
Thank you, Mariah. I will now be discussing our risk management and implementation plans. With any new changes in the workplace, there are potential risks that may arise. Some of these risks include lack of employee engagement, employee resistance to change, and biased performance ratings, which can lead to poor performance. In addition, employees may have low self-esteem and not feel confident in their position to engage in changes. There is risk of an unclear reward system and wasted time and money. To avoid these potential risks, it is important to assign an appropriate risk manager to meet with employees to determine needs and individual goals. A risk manager also has an important role in recognizing any risk that may occur and opportunities for improvement. Next, I will discuss our implementation plan to implement our new program. We will create a task force and consult with key players to enforce the program. Any program ideas and changes will be validated with the team before implementation, and the appropriate tools such as education and training will be provided to ensure its success. Additionally, we will schedule go live activities. We plan to have our program implemented by October 2020. This will involve assigning tasks to specific employees, monitoring progress towards goals, evaluating effectiveness of the program, changes to determine additional room for improvement. As a result of these plans, our goal is to encourage diversity, motivate employees, and encourage communication. In order to increase creativity, innovation, and productivity at Fresh Foods Corporation. Thank you.